Hi, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, here with the 26th session of the Planetary Fragments Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We have Austin as Yarock, we have Ryan as Rin, we have...
My name's Bob.
We have Nick as Tana, and we have Bob as...
Just look at bottom third,
Yen?
that's where it is.
Yen?
Yeah. Yin?
Yin?
There's
Yes.
an R
Rin,
and a Y.
Yin.
Why?
I'm ready for a finale and we'll all die, maybe.
I didn't know we're quite getting to that yet, but I guess I have things around.
Let's not do that yet. I still have some more work to do.
Last time, y'all spent the day in Mel Isloyan. You cleansed at the temples. You made purchases, particularly with cryptocurrency. Met up and discussed plans for moving forward. Then you met with a group attempting to gain some allies. It was a trap. The leader conjured themselves away after a devastating wound, and you've convinced the rest of that group of thugs to think better of their life options.
You want to turn your life around.
And you gained level 11.
Yeah.
Now it's what? Late at night. You're hanging out here in the city.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Go get a hotel room, I guess.
I'm in the city. I go to the temple.
Hmm.
I'm an employee. I sleep in the barracks.
It's like, I get a hotel room. Do some more research.
Oh, what is it, bedtime now?
Yes.
It's late at night.
I go to the temple. Do they have rooms available?
They have like a shared room. It's not privacy, but a spot if you need to crash while you're in. Yeah.
Okay, I go there and I work on my book.
Okay. Yep. I remember what your book is.
Because we got stuff to do tomorrow.
I hope so.
So, yeah, let's just go to bed.
All right. The sun rises. Dawn of the next day.
It'd be weird if it was sun rising at nightfall.
Sun rises midday of the next day.
There's been some problems.
Also, besides
So many
these giant
corpses.
islands that I'm guessing you can see in the night sky, do we have any natural satellites? Like moons or anything?
Moon? No. Although there are chunks of the planet still. Probably chunks of those were from the former moon. But it got destroyed with it as it got hit with planet shrapnel. So it got broken apart too.
Okay.
But there is like a whole like cloud of like a section that feels almost like a bit of an asteroid
Orc cloud, yeah.
cloud going through orbit. So there are plenty of other satellites around, but
No big moon running into stuff or affecting tides.
So did we want to meet up before we do our morning ritual?
Well, I'll just text everyone when I get up, doing research. Think the best bet is to find out and check more on the last lost island.
Yeah, so we also need to go and collect information about previous portal closings from the corporate databases.
Okay. Well, I'll spend half the day on researching the old island.
Well,
and
you gotta meet up first.
Why?
If you want your daily buffs, you do.
I don't think I'm going to need a daily buff on this day of researching.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
Wow, so many corpses say that.
I wasn't planning on an attack mid-town, but well, it's an island, so
Dragon? Dragon?
it's a dragon turtle, yeah. So what do I got now?
It's probably some nature boat.
Come on, Dragon Turtle. Try to fight me. Fight me, Dragon Turtle.
I can't hit you. I can't hit you.
Anyway, so are we going to do the thing with your cauldron to find the guy?
I mean, we probably should. He's definitely criminal.
Yep.
It's a lot of law. It's a lot of laws breaking there.
Stop right there, criminal scum. You have broken the law.
But yeah, Scryed's what, 5?
Yep.
Sounds like 5. Feels like a 5.
It is.
Okay, so you're looking at that.
Too high.
And you're
too
just
high to be
staying on your own
useful.
the first day. What were you
First half of the day, well, make an appointment to see if I can find the records of portal closers and otherwise who's checked out different portal closing guns up at the Hermes thing, if they have that information. And while I wait or downtime between that, research what happened to the
Druids.
other island.
Okay.
Be it online or going
They're
to
not sure how
database.
much detail they'll give, but they can get you an appointment with someone
Mhm.
later.
Also, are you just looking for a null closure and hope they didn't actually seal it and just shrunk it?
When they were using the old portal system, they wouldn't have been able to seal it.
Yeah.
It was-
But
yeah.
that's what you asked me to research is,
Yeah.
can you find some
So I
place
can
nulls have gone through?
Yeah, some place where they've had null sightings and had to shrink a portal.
Ooh, that's rough. Having some blood is brutal.
Why?
Negative 10 on the save. That's rough, buddy.
And the other thing I was going to research if I go up there is theoretically they would have had to either kill or rented out the first portal gun to open the rift in Giant's Bay before they stole the new stuff, right? Or they had a new one. The one in the T-Rex mouth was new, correct?
The one in the T-Rex mouth was new, yes. It was one of the ones that was stolen.
I thought they were only able to break into the Ares Corporation after the dinosaurs got there. So it wouldn't be chicken and the egg.
The card would have caused the tear.
Yeah.
Which at that point there are a handful of dinosaurs coming out in a section of the town.
Yeah. Okay,
And
so
once they got through that, that's when they went through and spread it open to keep it.
okay. I did not realize the full evacuation happened with just a normal-sized portal, but there's a lot of lightning things, and they just seem to fall from those.
Yeah.
I'm also surprised most of them didn't die on impact, because wasn't the original portal opened up above a skyscraper?
No. That end was one that had been torn that direction and as far up as the gun would shoot from, the building. Like someone had gone up and ripped it up. Basically trying to make it difficult to close.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it started
You
there.
did not do
They
enough
opened-
research to figure out exactly where it had started.
Okay.
That was one end of it, but not necessarily the starting end.
Okay, so if I'm smart enough to do that, I don't do that secondary research. If my big brain figured that out.
It's the power up, but my stats aren't that high. Can I just have it? That's what smart people do, right?
So, of course, Frost Rain and the Dunes are both areas that are not strictly off limits, but due to...
Well, given our talks, the dunes are just full of dragons, probably. Or at least one dragon in there being a dick.
same with Frost Rain.
Oh, they're just white dragons
Yeah,
over
it's
there?
the hunting grounds of white dragons. Only traveled by those needing to reach one portal from another.
That's okay. Just throw some coloring books.
White dragons aren't that stupid now.
Yeah, not in 5th edition. They smarted them up.
Yeah.
Which is sad. I preferred stupid evil.
It was really funny. They weren't even evil. They were just dumb.
And really, advanced ones weren't even that stupid. They were just way dumber than all the other dragons.
Yeah. Still smarter than, like, a person.
Yeah, then
But compared to these other dragons...
They were rocking like a 12 at their high point.
Yes, they were.
Which is more intelligent than the average person.
Yes.
That being said,
An ancient white dragon is more intelligent than your average peasant. That's correct.
I mean, really, more intelligent than your average noble, even, so... you didn't have to limit it to that.
I imagine a noble's gotten at least 2 levels off of murking random folks inside the city. and probably spent it on a net stat boost.
It's like, I got the books if you wanted to. But no. But I presume Gilmenhiem is the one that you are particularly looking into.
Yeah.
And what were you specifically trying to find out?
What specifically, when it closed off, what closed it off?
A couple years ago, it was lost to foul beasts.
No other descriptions therein?
That's the basic thing without any sort of research.
Okay. Well, I'll start with that. And see what...
Based off the map, do we know what godly realm it's connected through?
I mean, Mount Olympus to Aronese Mountains, River of Life to get to Wine Drops, Fords of Veneer to get to the depths.
So wait, this is one stop from us?
Yeah.
Cool. So... Okay. Is this a investigation or a history?
Investigation.
Okay.
Like,
one more than my lowest. Gotcha. So 21.
21. Let's see. Yeah, you would find that it was the great azure, crimson, and violet worms that spread out through the fjord and took over the once popular outdoorsman.
So, given what the other ones, that's what? Red, green, and... Was there a black? So just more dragons, it sounds like. Or... Did anywhere, like, the colored worms, anywhere was there a description of giant lizards with wings or giant tunneling earthworms that ate everything?
It was, I mean, it says worms. It's spelled with an O. Whether or not that's...
Well, in just general arcane...
I mean, for example, in some of the general searching on the dunes...
It's Y?
Or I guess the Abduria Desert, the sand dunes there, yeah, that is spelled with a Y. The notes on Frost Drain actually spells out the word dragon.
Yeah.
So there's some inconsistency with how even they are referred to, so...
Man, I would have expected them to have at least once sent in armed incursions to try to take it back, and them have descriptions versus this monsters showed up here, everyone bailed, and we never tried again.
If there are, those are not on the internet.
Well, I can do that research when I go into Ares, or Hermes Ares subsidiary of Hermes. See what they have on file.
Okay. Meanwhile, what was Yin up to? Are you just hanging out with them while they do the scrying, or were you...
Yeah, probably.
What was Rin and Yarock up to?
Well,
Scrying a dude using his blood as a connection.
Yeah, before we meet up, I was going to run by and purchase a spell material component.
What were you trying to find?
An undead eyeball encased in a gem worth at least 150 gold.
Astonishingly, that's not something that's commonly just available.
Now, question with, is that a permanent one or used when used?
Permanent.
Can the purple stuff be used as permanent? Like, this is now a permanent spell focus for this one
I
spell.
would argue you could probably use it, but it would consume it.
Yeah.
So, in a pinch, if you don't have it, you can do it, but it still gets consumed.
So short of making your own undead, then taking
Or,
the side?
or doing research to try and find it. It's...
Yeah, I'll go see if I can... I'll go to a component shop that sells whatever your average spell components. And then I'll
The
go.
average spell components would be gathered from a number of sources. There's not like a component shop.
I think I know an eye guy.
Well, yeah, there is that guy. We could go visit.
I've got an eye guy.
Maybe a random alchemist man will have undead eyeballs that you can somehow encase in a gem.
Yeah, we'll go and visit him, and I'll see if I can convince him to assist me in locating my material component. Alright, so I go and visit him.
So you got again this sort of bridge out to this floating little shop. You open the door, the little ring. You don't see anyone in the room.
Just wait a second. He'll walk in.
Furniture glaring at you.
I look at the shelf and I be like,
You
look at
notice
you.
the shelf is standing behind the counter.
Like, look at you. Pride of place. You earned that.
Thank you.
It's the shelfiest shelf.
Can I help you today?
We're looking for your boy.
Kind of turns towards the umbrella over in the corner.
I'm like, I knew you two looked similar.
Was looking for an eye-based spell component if you could help.
And the whole shelf kind of like almost seems to like totter on one end as it turns completely back to you towards the thing on here. Oh, he left these out. Needing more?
Where'd the guy go who was here?
Oh, he's still resting. I can help.
Okay.
Tell the shelf what you...
Worth it for that sentence. Tell the shelf what you want.
I then go ahead and describe to the shelf the undead eyeball encased in a gem that I need for...
What kind of gem?
Could be anything, I think. Just anything that's of this value.
Of sufficient purity.
Yeah, of sufficient cut and size.
I know we can get a gem put into an...
No, other way around.
Or an eye put into a gem.
No,
But
strike that.
I do not believe any of the eyes we have are undead.
Is there any way that you could direct me to somebody who might be able to fill my order?
Or a corpse.
I do not. Now, I have a question. Do you have any... What necromancy spells do you have?
Where I have create undead.
Yeah, it's like, because you could...
Yeah.
You could wiggle a spell to enchant an eye.
That's like what I said, or a corpse.
But they have eyes.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't have to make an entire undead body,
Adam.
just make an undead eye.
When I got up this morning, I cast Word of Recall.
We don't know.
What does that do?
It sets this temple as my recall point, so
Okay.
I can recall to it from anywhere.
Okay.
It's a targeted teleport.
Well, I
And
guess...
I think has to be like a shrine or temple, and it is already set up as one for you. You don't even have to make it. Okay. It's simple enough.
Yes.
So
I took Word of Recall and Heal.
if you're able to create undead, then I guess we just need an eye, and then we can...
And he just pulls forward a couple of jars. Take your pick.
I kind of need... I'll have to do it tomorrow, because I already cast a spell before we got here.
Alright.
And I only have one 6th level spell. I'm pretty sure it's a 6th level spell. For a...
You don't get to make that face. Some of the sounds you make in character things are just as bad.
Yeah, 6.
And I do it more frequently.
No, that's how you say cleric. That was you I was making fun of. That's the noise you make when you're
That's
trying to say
mean.
cleric.
You're mean.
Cleric?
Doc
I
his
say a lot of words weird, but...
Doc his XP and give it to me.
What XP? All of our
Doc
knives.
his level and give it to me.
Oh, there we go. No,
I'll
only
put it to good use. I promise.
Why are you like this?
By the way, did you check the urns this morning?
You're not with him.
No, but I can check that.
Yes. If your character doesn't think of it, next time I talk to you, I'll bring it up.
No, it was on my to-do list.
It's on the stack. Don't worry, we'll get to it.
But I'm writing stuff down.
Yeah, so I'm going to need to make those ghouls pluck its eye and then beat it to death relatively quickly. I apparently need a 650 black onyx stone.
Yeah.
150 black onyx.
I was gonna say, it says 150 in my book. What happened?
I misread. That's what happened.
Okay.
I'm dyslexic. I fucked it up.
Make it the last time.
So I guess we'll go ahead and...
That's not how dyslexia works.
I was like, no, the real money is just using regular animate dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was like, that seems really high for what you need.
Yeah.
And if you have to do it tomorrow anyway, you can just prepare animate dead instead.
Well, I don't have create undead prepared anyways.
Yeah. So, and you could prepare either one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that animate dead's on your list. You can just use that.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There.
Cleric.
What level is that?
3.
Third.
So what is this?
Can
a
you
component
animate it
for?
if it's already in the
Shadow
gem?
Oil.
Huh?
Shadow
Can you
Oil.
animate it if it's already in the gem?
I don't see
Vial
why
of
not.
bones or a corpse of medium or small humanoid. No. I have to pluck the eye.
I mean, it says a corpse. It doesn't say how much of the corpse has to
It
be
says
there.
medium
Would
or
you-
small human. I guess if you want to count the
Yeah.
eye as a corpse.
Is the eye count as a corpse? Is a really
Sure.
incomplete corpse?
Why not?
Just a really incomplete one.
Yeah. There is no actual method for ever having an undead eyeball exist, other than the fact that apparently it says it does. So I'm not being picky about how it's made. So yeah, you could use animate dead to create it, and no, it's fine if it's in. As long as it's in a gem you can see through, then you can do it.
There's no eye in team.
Okay, then I guess we go to a...
But there is an eye in pie.
And meat pie. And an anagram of meat, it's team. Whatever, just get to work.
And then I guess we go to a gem vendor so we can buy some
He
onyx.
says you can get.
Oh, he can get it too?
No, you
Well,
can get the gem.
also, I need a drop of blood, a piece of flesh, and a pinch of bone dust for animate
You have a
dead,
spell focus.
which is all I need, and which I don't need any of because I am a cleric.
And you have a spell
And
focus.
I don't forget that ever.
They don't cost money. Spell focus works. Arguably, I think only I don't think wizards should be allowed to use spell focuses, but that's just me.
So, yeah.
I really particularly like some of them because that's like wand and staff, which are very iconic.
Well, we already have wands and staffs.
And they're dumb.
No, they're pretty good for wizards.
No, just wizards have to use orbs, just shiny glass balls. So,
Okay.
do you buy an eyeball inside a gem? He can do it for you, says the shelf.
Yeah, we just need
Yeah.
the gem, the eye of a body. Does it have to be dead? Not just rip out an eye.
Supposedly.
So they'll get things prepared for you to tomorrow.
Okay. So I purchased that from them.
Are we gonna
Okay.
book an appointment for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Go ahead and put down the books.
Yes. Book falls open and it just sort of writes itself.
We could always shelve this conversation for later.
Good idea.
It's like, what can you do with animate objects? You make a lot of friends.
But this is some sort of animate and awaken impermanency.
Yeah.
So you're
I
jealous?
feel strongly that Awaken should work on a lot more than the game says it does.
No reason it shouldn't.
I also have animate objects as a spell.
We should fix that when we make our own magic.
Yep. I get that.
Okay. if that's basically handled for tomorrow, go ahead and meet up with Yarock so we can do our morning ritual.
I should have had an attack then. Never mind.
Korak just reaches out, starts mugging you.
I mean, we're at the halfway point. Basically, you have to throw a relatively large monster or a gang at us.
It sounded like a dog that just got kicked.
A relatively large monster.
I mean,
Again,
the
I
other-
got Dragon Turtle like right there.
No,
Do
That's
it.
big enough everyone in the town would have to defend
Yeah,
it.
do it,
versus
coward. I dare you. See what
some
happens.
vermin popping up just in between these little ledge here and attacking some people.
No, what you do is you have them be attacked by a gang of emaciated, sick children who will definitely die if you attack them at all.
Well,
But
we've
they're
already
coming right
seen
at
that
you.
he's fine to just wipe out the children.
They
Only
were
if they're
ghosts.
already
They weren't
dead.
real people.
These will be real people, but they're poor.
Oh, it's fine then. They're poor. They basically don't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin would wipe them out for being a front to the corporate power structure.
Yeah, they didn't embrace capitalism.
Well, now
Therefore, they
remember,
embrace
kids.
death. There, he catches two kids sharing without any currency changing hands, and he just starts beating them.
No, you find them for smuggling. Obviously, you have to pay taxes on those exchanges.
Yes. If nothing else, you have to pay taxes.
He would tax a
Items
baby for mother's milk.
It's gonna be ridiculous. I just
That's a
taxed
great
the mom.
idea.
I just taxed the mom.
Yeah.
She has more money.
But
Yeah, but very few moms want to see their babies thrown in prison for tax evasion.
No, you don't. You throw the mom in prison for tax evasion. You reappropriate the baby into like a foster system so it can work for the companies.
I hate how well your mind works for this.
So, where'd you come from again? You're like, foster home.
Foster home brought to you by Carl's Jr.
I'm pretty sure that's just child labor. Well, yeah, but they
Yeah.
call it a foster home.
It's not child labor. It's child job training.
Yeah.
Those are chores.
Yeah,
All children have to do chores.
It's
Yes,
building
they have to
character,
do chore.
preparing them for the
it's
future.
an extended internship.
It's their chore to work at the sewing machine to make these shoes with the Hermes logo.
My whole life has been work experience.
It's child labor unless your family owns the business, in which case those are chores now. Those are just chores.
Yeah.
Can I complain to the Department of Labor? You may not. Those are chores.
Yes. And it can't be that simple. That's literally a different god.
Nike.
Yeah. Nike, the goddess of victory.
Anyway, so we finish.
You successfully meet up. Yes.
Yeah. So we do that.
We
We
cast
finish.
scry on the guy.
Yeah. I take a rest. We cast cry on the guy.
The
rest
caduceus
of
is the Termi symbol, for the record.
Hmm?
The caduceus?
Oh, yes. Fear my snake stick.
Aren't you the god of messengers?
He
yeah,
needs,
and I got snakes on a stick.
I'm also the god of thieves, the
He
god of
needs to make
commerce,
a
and the god of
saving
medicine.
throw. Wisdom saving
Makes
throw.
sense. And a minus 10.
Well, I mean, the DC's 26 effectively. Because, yeah, minus 10. Because we have met him, and I have some blood.
We met him. Well, you guys don't know that.
Yes, but he was literally at that meeting where we met him.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. I
Yeah.
was working on my book. Because how much trouble could you get in going to a bar?
So minus 10 makes it 5.
That is beneath 16, he fails. Can he see invisibility?
And specifically have it turned on right now to
Yes,
see
is
the
he
sensor.
currently looking for invisible things?
Make him roll it. Bluff
Not
check.
currently, but does the other person in their presence?
The plot thickens, maybe? Yes, because it creates an invisible sensor.
Mm-hmm.
Fear my floating eyeball.
We used to have to deal with a ton of those.
But why?
Because everybody knew who we were and were scrying on us, and we had only him who had the rope of can't see me.
And random cohort, well, look at all these sensors.
Yeah. When he finally showed up.
Okay, you're fine.
And yes, I can see and hear as if I was there. As I gaze into my cauldron.
Okay, do you want to gaze into your cauldron, or do you want to see and hear as if you were there?
Well, the cauldron is a focus for the spell.
Okay.
So I'm like meditating at the cauldron while looking at
No,
it.
you conceive your way into the cauldron.
I mean, okay.
You
if that-
stuff your face into it.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking you meant by conceive.
Pensieve.
That's a Harry Potter thing.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's not how that's pronounced.
Maybe.
Pensieve, pensive. Pensive just sounds like being pensive, so pensieve.
I always thought that was like the joke. Because you're taking thoughts out, so
Yeah,
it was
that
like
is the
pensive.
joke.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
so you're just deliberately mispronouncing
But
it
just
and
like,
looking at me like I'm
ridiculous
the
is the, the
it's
incantation.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's not.
You
It's
have to pronounce it
ridiculous.
slightly different.
It's not though. It's a different thing.
Then yes, I've got 10 minutes of looking at him. Try to figure out where he is.
Okay.
He's dressed dapperly.
Yes. Dapper dressed man.
Is he a fancy lad?
No, he's
Is he a lad
unfriend.
in fancy dress or a man in fancy dress?
He's
like in a pantsuit.
like a suit.
He is a man dressed dapperly. No fancier dresses at all.
So he's wearing dappers.
You're not there. Well,
Yes,
I mean,
I
you're not.
am.
You're not there. You're watching. Yarock stick his head in a pot.
Yeah,
So
you're looking
scry
at
isn't the full surface liquid is now showing a camera
You
view.
can, but that wouldn't be seeing as if you were there. That would
Oh.
have much more limited field of view.
Ah,
So you can let
What
everyone
Adam
stand
likes
around
to do
and
is
see.
take all of the fun that you were having and remove that
Well, no,
by being pedantic.
no.
I was like, that's not an option. I can't make it so other people can look.
Yeah, you're
It's
focus
just
game.
me.
Yeah.
I was like, the speech is pretty specific.
With the cauldron, I bet you let other people look. You just would have a much harder field of view to use if you tried to do so.
I'm
Yeah.
just thinking of the sensor as an actual spy camera that has a microphone, a camera field.
No. I mean, I guess it would in that. But make a perception check.
But I can see and hear. As if I was there. Six.
So,
Because, of course.
That's what you get for making me roll.
He has a passive perception of something.
yeah.
Probably 15.
Yeah.
15.
Based on what you got with that roll, yeah. The air is full of a heavy fog. The ground below his feet was once grass, but is broken and torn up and just dead. Where he lies, or where he stands, there is a corpse of a giant violet worm.
Sure it's not
on
more
his back.
purple?
No, this would be what we would call a violet worm.
I'm pretty sure you can't see colors, so it's purple.
I painted it. I could read tubes.
I went and relabeled all your tubes.
So he's just like, what, standing there?
Yeah, so he is standing there with this corpse, and there are crows just picking at the corpse behind it.
I bet that corpse has eyes.
And he's just sort of... He looks... you can see still the wounds from the chainsaw across him. And he's waiting. He's looking up. He's looking concerned at a figure who's floating some, you'd guess 30 feet away, but in the fog. not huge, but
Yeah.
definitely larger than a normal person, with just wings flapping, some 15 feet off the ground. He waits a minute or two.
So there is.
I believe it was them again.
Any plants near here?
Um,
No, specifically large or larger?
No, nothing that big. It is dead grass and ripped up ground. You can hear that there is water, but it's far enough away that the fog has obscured it. And carries on. They've got purpose. They've been arranging things, I think. We found the shelter for the lost. Destroyed. They won't get past me again.
Man, today's gonna be
If I can-
embarrassing for him.
If I can have another chance.
So, telepathy, I'm guessing? Because I'm not hearing any responses. Or the dude's just crazy.
You hear the sound of the wings, and he just continues to wait. Puts his head down a bit, but just keeping his eyes up at the figure. Figure has some sort of... Maybe it's a crown, a crest upon his head.
Just some
Catches the
toothpaste.
light at some point. Will be determined. And he stands there. And
So-
eventually your scryed face.
I get 10 minutes.
So I'm guessing in that 10 minutes you didn't find out anything that we needed, like where he is.
Nope, nothing useful. But
When we meet up, the purple worm will be a big indicator. And him talking to maybe a flighting...
I'm telling you, I just wait like an hour and do it again. He only gets a 24-hour hiatus if he succeeds the save. And that blood doesn't get used up.
Yeah.
I can. That's the point of Scry. I got your stuff. I can just keep watching you.
Oh yeah,
I'm a creeper.
the cauldron's casting this for you?
No, it's my focus.
Oh, okay.
Scry requires an expensive focus. The cauldron counts.
Yeah. No, I didn't know why you had to wait an hour.
Because if I do it right away, he's probably
He's
just
still in
gonna
the
stand
same
there.
spot.
Yeah. I might
You
as well-
want things to be different.
Oh, you hoping he moves within sightline of a tree.
Or, yes, because transporting a plant requires me to see a tree or
Yeah.
touch it. But I like that seeing it counts. And it's like, gotcha. Womp.
What's that over there? It's a tree? Perfect.
Yeah, and then we can just all jump in on them.
Well, heck, if that's all it is, I bet I can find some promotional vacation videos from that area that has...
That is not seeing it. The point is that Scry, I don't know if you noticed him saying it several times. See as if I were there.
Yes.
He's saying that specific word because that means that it counts, whereas you're watching your video doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
I've got spells, man. But yeah, he's talking to a dude. Definitely a cultist, probably.
Alright.
He wasn't just messing with us for jollies.
But you said that you wanted to wait to see if he switches locations.
Yeah, because otherwise all we got is a place
Same
that's
place.
been defoliated,
Alright.
violet worm dead. Worm.
Yeah.
Or no, those are just worms, like earth worms.
Yeah. Worms. Worms are dragons.
Well, we're
And lots of
waiting.
foggy smoke stuff.
Do I have an appointment with the Hermes people yet?
sorry. I felt like he was the one that scheduled an appointment with them.
Did
Right.
you have a separate appointment for different stuff?
Yeah.
What did you have?
I was looking to talk with them in order to get assistance and finding somebody who will help us.
I believe we are the people helping them. We
Yeah.
have that contract. They
No.
don't want to give us more
not
resources.
Hermes Corporation, the Hermes Temple people.
Oh, the temple? There's no appointment.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah, you would just go. It's a temple.
I'll go ahead.
That's
and
not one of the corporations.
go to the temple
Yeah.
of the Hermes Temple.
But we'll get to your appointment. Yeah, you let in, and secretary sort of directs you and points you to office to go to.
Get them stories from microfiche. Old newspaper stuff. Microfiche. It's what a lot of old data is stored on. It's what you find in libraries.
Don't you know about how like stuff's archived?
Yeah, but those archives would only be like a handful of years old. That was. I think we skipped that.
We went straight from no technology all the way to cameras and actual digital recreations.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, what are you talking about?
Or you can always ask an elf.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
They're older than this happened. Hell, I could probably ask my parents if they had any more information, but evidently there was an information lockdown on this stuff.
Okay, oh yes, I remember it was a long time ago. Your father told me about it.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, it was in college, like high school then. I guess I didn't pay attention.
Are you talking about like when that was lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, foul beasts.
Yeah.
It's all over there. Foul beasts have taken it.
Yes.
This many people have died. We are abandoning it.
Yes, foul beast. What kind? Foul beast.
Foul beasts.
That's
Which
suppression.
is the greater term that the corporations have used to blanket for the enemy and that they work against. That is absolutely the way it is marketed, because that is the way that their propaganda ties all of these different things into being one enemy. Because it is much easier to get everyone to line up behind them against one enemy than saying there are 2,000 different things we're fighting. Come on, we can do it.
Well, yes. You can label it as foul beast, and we're all getting behind this foul beast look like this. This foul beast looks like that. But they're all foul beasts from the same place of not here.
So you're going to be looking through old corporate email server notices saying blah 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 happened here.
Well, that and looking for your knoll thing, but mostly this first.
Right.
But as talk and look through, I'm going to,
Yeah, you get to it. Office.
yes,
Door shut.
knock and let them know I have an appointment.
Come in.
Go in.
It's a stuffy looking half elf with a very 90s mustache.
What?
Like
The 90
R90s.
The 90s had mustaches?
Yes.
I don't believe they did.
Like, when I think mustaches, I can picture, like, 60s handlebar or
So-
80s or
Yeah, I can do
70s.
70s and 80s. 90s, no mustaches.
Fine,
Than
80s
Hitler.
mustache.
Which is a thing.
But yeah, so stuffy half elf. Hi, I have an appointment to do some research in regards to one of my contracts.
Yes, you are wanting information?
Yes, I'm looking for specific information on the foul beast that attacked fill in blank island that I don't know.
What island was that?
The one that was closed off from foul beasts.
I'm looking for the redacted stuff, please.
Gilmenhiem.
Gilmenhiem.
What information are you needed?
Actual specifics on the creatures that, what type of foul beasts took over.
Certainly. If you'll wait out in the lobby, I'll see what I can pull up.
Okay.
And somebody about 15 minutes later comes and fetches you, and takes you into like one of the desks sort of on the inner area where there is just a pile of that sort of folded, perforated paper.
Are they just
So you
sitting
start
there
scrolling-
sticking it?
through,
Mhm.
and it is DNA sequencing. It is the blood from one of the killed creatures, which has been sequenced out. Just
Adam hates giving
Whoops.
things names.
No. We refuse to take a picture or write a description. We just have the DNA things. We don't want to let people know there are different types of foul beasts.
Except that we recorded the DNA.
yeah, we put the DNA. There are different types. How are they required to get information? What information have you gotten and returned to them about the foul beasts when you fought foul beasts?
I have returned that, and in the post thing notes, I've written down descriptions and other stuff.
Also, you took pictures and gave them actual taxidermy sampled.
Yeah.
He's not a good example for the
Yeah,
point you're trying to make.
What have they requested of you?
Yeah, DNA samples, like... I will try to backfill this in. It's like, okay, internet, fill in things, try to fill out what this creature might look like from this DNA.
It appears to be some kind of creature.
Make a luck check.
11.
Above average.
Yes.
It looks uncannily like your grandma Alice.
You're not getting anywhere with trying to.
Just keep going through all the things. Like, yep, this is all just DNA sequences. Like, can I request a meeting with some people that were involved in that and ask them questions? Do you have...
What was that? The attendant who fetched you guys.
Oh, it was a DNA sequence of the things that attacked Gilmenhiem. But I'm trying to figure out, actual pictures and descriptions of
The
said
god
creature.
that worked that gate probably know. You can always just
See, that would
hire a boat.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Mhm. So they work here. Oh yeah. In the research, find out that Gilmenheim's
It's one jump away.
Yeah, line drops. Okay.
It's like a 5-hour, 4-hour boat ride or flight-based whatever transportation you use.
Mhm. In that case, I will thank them, and ask. I needed to do some more research on crap. They probably have no idea what portals go to nulls. They don't record that.
They might have recorded information of the incidents of their appearances.
Yeah, they're not
Make
big on.
I'll just make it a straight-up intelligence check.
17.
17. Do you know an incident where nulls have been reported to them?
Mhm. Yeah, so we reported that at, what was that? The Emerald Forest.
What is going to make a very good match for them to trace down and link one encounter to another?
The DNA samples that we've...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's like, okay, I want to cross-reference this type of DNA with other reports on this type of DNA.
There are 7 times that has come up. Let's go with, and is Ryan ready to type so that I don't have to remember them?
Sure.
Ryan, do you feel abused?
Go ahead.
Well, this is his information he's looking for, so...
Yeah. Jasper Forest, Forest of Fae, Aronese Mountains, 2 in the Spotted Hills, Bleeding Titan, and the New Fair Expanse.
And any of these come with GPS coordinates or exact places, or just they happen
There
on-
are the original description of where within there they were sent.
Go ahead and get the dates too, just for additional.
And the ranging within probably the last 3 or 4 years.
And I asked when the new proton packs were issued.
No, there would have been some of them at that point, but
Not as widespread.
yeah. And I mean, just because someone has the new proton pack doesn't mean that they do both options. It is definitely, and the old one could also close it. It was just more work to do.
Wait, I
Wouldn't
thought
it?
no. There
Oh,
wasn't a
because it was-
seal option.
Oh, you're right.
They could freak
Make
it.
a history check.
I'll go ahead and guidance myself on that. So that is automatically 10. So 3, 23.
The most likely ones that would have been before that was rolled out wide would be the one in the Aronese Mountains and one of the ones in the Spotted Hills.
Mm-hmm. So yes, I get the descriptors for where that would have happened and other stuff for Ryan, and I'll send that over to him in an email before I tell them I'm going to talk with the gate guards to wherever to get more information on what's blocking that off. So I'll be back later today.
Are you using one of them for a ride, or are you renting a boat?
Just boat.
Oh yeah, you haven't come and.
Yeah, I haven't seen you since then.
So he went his day without his buffs, and now he's going out to the exploring on the IC. I see.
Neat. I can take up to 5 willing creatures with me when I do my word of recall.
I like how you were happy with it when it was just you abandoning the party.
I don't know how that's even surprising to you.
It's like that's the Bob trait, not a character trait. And theoretically, by doing that, he has the ability to eventually get high enough level and cast True Resurrection, where he doesn't need bodies to get us back.
Now we'll get into combat. He'll cast Flame Strike and the
Maybe
Word
I-
of Recall.
4 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Each way. Because that's not a standard trip for them to make. They don't have an actual. For some reason, the boats just don't go to that closed down portal. Yeah, so they'll take you out there, and as long as you're not going to be too long, they'll even wait rather than make you call them to come back. Which you gather they word in a way to be like, look how nice we are, but on the same end, on their end, that means that they don't have to make extra trips with no pay.
Yeah.
We'll be so nice.
They don't let you back on the boat till you pay them for the second fare.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so easy enough to get there. There's just sort of a armed force of guard sort of stationed there, guns trained at the portal. Kind of a little bit of a concern with, nothing pointed at you, obviously, just sort of on there, but like, what is somebody doing coming here?
Yes. Excuse me, gentlemen. I am currently working a contract for the Hermes Corporation.
Awesome!
Through that contract, it's been brought to my attention that I need more information on what happened over in Gilmenhiem.
Foul beasts came and took it over.
Yes. I'm looking for
I
actual
hate to break it to you, but these guys are not as helpful as you think they are.
actual descriptions of those foul beasts and what their abilities are.
Azure, crimson, violet worms, large, massive, earth-eating creatures, giant cylindrical tubes, some 50 feet across, spines and spikes, burrow through the ground, come up beneath your feet and swallow you whole.
Okay.
Most of them are dead now.
If most of them are dead, why hasn't Gilmenhiem been retaken?
When crews go in to take it, they die.
No.
That's how we test.
Then how do you know most are dead?
Because of trimmer activity on that end.
The what?
I've seen that movie.
Very little activity under the ground.
Oh, okay.
So perhaps they've adopted to swimming or flying, but at least of the creatures that took it over originally, those are all but gone. We do believe there's still a handful left, but from the few hundred that erupted through some... Well, it's not even like a portal. Some space.
Tear, maybe?
Sure. There's maybe 5 or 10 left.
Do the different colors have any different abilities, or just different colors of the same creature type?
It's like you've never played a
Nothing
video game before.
immediately evident with it.
And do you know where the tear originally was? And did any incursions to retake it close it before they were lost?
I've not gone personally. I believe it was somewhere along the water's edge. But no, from all reports that we've seen in there, you can, if you step through the other side, you can see bits of the realm fluttering in the wind. It's been torn asunder. There's really no difference between where they came from and where they ended up.
Okay, thank you. You've been most helpful.
Good.
Has he though?
Yes.
He just answered all of the questions in one spot. It's like you're going to someone that hangs out near the problem that you're dealing with, rather than the bureaucrats trying to keep things nice and neat and tidy. You basically went to the military individual.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll head on back to wine drops then.
4 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Call you, let you know what I found out, that the other side's infested with giant worms.
With his boat ride, you've had like your whole day at this point. So he's coming back in the evening, so you've had more time to.
Yeah, like an hour later, I just cast scrying again.
Okay.
On the guy.
Do I have time to visit the Hermes temple?
Yeah, you'll have time for that too.
Okay.
Which is why I interrupted in trying to call you, because I'm like, that'll be stuff that you won't know until after you do all this.
Yep. Alright.
But I sent that other information back to you earlier.
So he
On the
needs...
novels.
Okay. Very good.
Wisdom save. That's pretty good.
Is it 26?
Was it like an 8 or something? No, it's supposed to be a 16.
16, but he's
I
at
just-
a negative 10.
Yeah.
So you can just move the D up.
No,
C up to
if
0.6.
it would have said that, it done that, then you'd have done that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
the
he has
mental
to
math
make,
is
he has
much
to make
easier.
16.
Well, he doesn't.
Then I get another 10-minute look at it with my invincible sensor.
Just see the inside of a privy and just hear a lot of grunting. Takes him longer than 10 minutes.
See him again down on the edge of the water, rough, sort of broken, stony ground, down a shallow... It's the opposite of the word I'm looking for. Down a steep descent down to... murky water, which he's now basically standing with his with his ascot removed, soaking it in and using it basically to treat the wounds.
So he does not have the awesome ability we have to recover from all wounds with a good night's sleep.
It's been like an hour.
Well,
for the
this
next
happened
day.
last day.
Oh, yeah.
He could not sleep off his chainsaw wounds.
You don't know?
Or he was out of hit dice. I say he's just cleaning his wound for 10 minutes.
Is there any foliage? Yeah.
Well, he's down by the
No.
beach.
Yeah, it's just stony
So I was guessing not.
ground and
No,
I mean, there's
could be some
trees by
pine,
beaches.
Not pine,
Seaweed.
Palm.
palm, yeah, palm trees.
It has to be larger or larger.
Mhm.
Larger or
Palm
large
trees.
or larger.
Palm trees are pretty big.
no, not that kind of, not a tropical area.
No.
This is a fjord.
Fjords.
So it's very
Every
cold.
time
Or I
you
guess
see
I
it,
don't
I
even know
just-
if it's that. It is the ground where two mountains. It is a
channel.
channel between two mountains. Except much of the mountains are gone.
I just keep hearing the Swedish chef saying, every time you say Ford.
Well, it is pretty Scandinavian.
Oh, it is. I know. It's just, the way he says it reminds me of the Swedish chef.
To help with our investigation, could you perform a full translate? Shoopty shoo is not Swedish.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Sustrum.
It's a song.
The dude's name is Swedish Chef. Of course.
And he speaks the Swedish. Have you not seen his face? He's clearly Swedish. He's got a 90s mustache.
So, do I get to the temple?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we are just a bunch of idiots.
So, get to the Temple of Hermes.
Mhm.
Look for priest.
They're priests or practitioners, all about yeah.
Yeah.
Populated, much more populated than your own temple. People just there speaking to
French.
either. This is bad at you at guessing things.
Anyway, it's like talking to the priest, and I'm like, hello, I'm Satsuki Rin. I'm a member of the Shinto religion. I'm one of their shrine maidens. And me and my companions are currently on a very dangerous but vital quest. And I've come to your temple today knowing that Lord Hermes is a god of clever heroes, looking to see if I can get someone from his faith or somebody that you guys might know of that would be willing to help me on my quest.
Well, we've got Jim over there. He's 3 days from retirement.
I love that we're putting all this effort. I still expect us just to go into final battle by ourselves.
Obviously.
Help is for the weak.
It's also not great for the story progression of you did a lot of work, then you handed it off to the higher ups and they take care of the problem for you. No, this is. I don't care that the world's on the line. We're giving you no more, support.
Give me some
Can
red
you-
shirts. You can't have any red shirts. I'd like a few red shirts.
Can I have this legendary sword of demon slaying that will slay the demon lord?
I mean,
Can you pay
buy
for it?
Yeah.
I can't just go handing these out. Everyone says the world's going to end next week if not, they can't slay the demon lord.
Well, not sure to the
A lot
extent
of
you
people
mean. We have some individuals, if it is transportation that you are needing someone to aid you with, that could certainly assist with that.
I was looking for someone who would follow me into battle, possibly to the death.
I want someone in for glorious death battle.
Probably not the
We
right
can post
tree.
a notice if you want to give a phone number. I'm
I
not hopeful, but
I would also like to make tribute to Lord Hermes
certainly.
as part of my bid in order to get someone to assist me. And I present the Sword of Hermes.
What a nice weapon. Roll a 3 eye. So,
The man he's in a Hermes symbol. He can at least, notice the caduceus on the blade. That is indeed a Hermes symbol on the sword.
I re-roll his dice.
You know what? Yeah.
Slightly better.
he'll at least notice this and wow, fine craftsmanship there. You've put in a good work. That would be a very nice looking piece for the temple. I can put it on a display and offer, I suppose, as a gift for one willing to join you in such battle.
Alright.
Sounds good.
As he's already thinking in his head, I hope she leaves and dies and we don't have to give this back and it's just our display piece now.
I'll go ahead and make a prayer to Lord Hermes to tell him of my intentions and give him word of my offering to him.
Please, oh great Hermes, send me a red
And you give
shirt,
your phone number
maybe
to
3.
put on a note and
Okay.
you'll post it up with it. Little lobby area is.
I just want some plot armor, dang it.
Anyway.
Can we get some lookout sirs up in here?
Well, it's this whole thing is to prove our characters aren't idiots. We tried to get help, and then we had to go on the hero's journey on our own. But we weren't morons, and we tried.
I mean, I'd do it on my own. I'm pretty sure we could take them.
Can we go to the Forest of Coincidence? Where we can find everything we need?
No, the true one is if he drags us all the way back to your home temple and...
Which is one jump.
Oh, okay. But the final chapter is one jump from here.
Yeah.
There are 3 jump options from here. You've been using one of them. Mm-hmm. The other 2 are his home and the final chapter. Coincidence?
Yes.
I think not.
I just assume so.
Good guess.
Just saying, I'm level 11. I got 6 level spell slots. I'm feeling pretty invincible right now.
Well,
As long as he doesn't target your 6. But
Which
even
are pretty good.
yeah, even then, if you two
wasn't
stand
your
together,
home was Aronese Mountains,
yeah, my home was Aronese Mountains.
which is not one jump from here.
Oh, it's not? I thought you said it was.
You must have been thinking of something.
No, that was one jump from Gilmenhiem. Which makes it 2 jumps from here if you go through the final chapter. In other words, yes, it was a coincidence before. Catching me. Anyways,
Well, then
are you scrying another time later, or is that your
I
spell
get
slots?
2. Oh wait, you can totally upcast spells. That's right.
Mhm.
I get another one.
with your 6 level slot.
So how much longer do you wait for that?
I give him 2 hours. This guy's obviously dealing with some stuff.
Like emotional.
and bleeding.
And then I try again.
You spy a corpse.
Oh, no, he gets a roll.
I spend the spell slot either way.
Yeah, but I was going to start just describing things. I was like, no, he gets a roll. He fails that roll.
What does he have to roll to beat that roll?
I think a 20.
Can he actually make it on the 20?
I'm just going to give it to him if he gets a 20.
Oh, okay.
Then yes, 10 minutes of observing him. I'm watching you. I mean, before it was just a criminal thing, but now that I know he's connected to the greater plot, it's like, ah, yes, the gods work in mysterious ways. I am their agent in this world.
Also, him answering random emails from what he knows are his enemies. And I guess a bid to assassinate us?
That was the goal. Probably keep tabs on us, figure something out, whatever.
I mean, yes, there was an obvious goal to assassinate from the point when he tried to just kill.
Aha!
Right.
Clang! Huh. I may have been outclassed.
Well, the thing about Finger of Death is, I would actually be more surprised if that damage could kill someone of the level when you get it.
Yeah, it's pretty not great.
It's used for killing civilians for zombies.
Because it doesn't damage them?
Because you get permanent zombies.
You get permanent zombies.
You
And
find him refreshed. Looking his fancy self. More so than when you've ever seen him. Perhaps closer to when Rin did. He's in a lobby. Well polished stone floors. People around. A few dozen. All in luxurious clothing, in fancy dress, the ladies. with a martini glass in hand. In a lounge, you see mostly darkness through the windows beyond, but just points of light, like windows through a thick darkness. Make a perception check.
Woohoo! Hey, look at that. 17.
17. It looks like the building he's in is underwater. And he's talking to people casually. But make an insight check.
Hey, look at that. 15.
He's keeping casual, light conversation with other clearly wealthy or well-to-do individuals. You gather he has... You gather that he's trying to assess things about some of the people in the room he's speaking to. And probably around 8 minutes in of just, on the surface at least, empty chatter. Someone, sort of a suit, but it's a work suit.
Yeah.
Opens up a pair of double doors at the far end of this sort of lounge, and he walks into a theater, taking a seat closer to the back, still drink in hand. And as lights, no performers, just lights moving along a white backdrop begin to dance
Performance
along the
art
screen.
sucks. Performance art sucks.
Is about the time that your scry ends.
Alright. Well, I don't know where that is.
It's the underwater planetary fragment.
Maybe? I personally do not know where that is. I just keep tracking, like, look, he was underwater. Do we know any, like, underwater cafes?
That one.
With a fancy... Isn't nobody going there because of sea monsters?
No, you can go there.
Go there.
Well, he's in a fancy place. Like, got like some uniforms or black suits with like red trim. He's in a theater. They do like light shows. But that's where he's at right now. Were there any trees inside that location? Like any potted plants, large or larger?
Not that big, but yeah, there were small.
They just show up there, whomp, party crash this lounge.
Sadly, you just used your 6-level spell.
That's true. Couldn't cast it. Yeah.
No, but it tells us his movement.
He definitely has teleport of some sort. Maybe, I don't know. You can move pretty quick through the portals.
Yeah, theoretically, if the fjord one connects to the water one, that makes total sense.
Blah, blah, blah. While the town is still far smaller than any of the urban centers, it has gained quick notoriety as a refuge for artists and performers, encouraged by the culture of the native sea elves.
It's too bad they're so lame.
They're elves that can breathe water. That's kind of cool.
No, the culture part.
Oh.
Now you can contact them.
Yes. It's found out that it is what drove people out were giant worms with an O. The, burrowing, non-eyed, legged ones. That they come in several different colors, have spikes, and pop up below you. Also that it's not so much a portal as a more ragged tear flapping in the wind, which we've seen from card portals, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also...
Check burn.
Make a luck check.
Four was not good enough.
So, 14.
Also, I could have swore you said Vern, and I thought that was the actual professor in a box or
Oh.
crystal. How's it going, Vern?
No, he was
Hey there, Vern. How you
Teenage
been?
Mutant Ninja Turtles character.
Uh,
Who?
Vern.
Don't know it.
Ernest. How you been, Vern?
Know what I mean, Vern?
Know what I mean, Vern? Ernest P. Worrell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just going through the things that have happened with how many times it's been used before you got it.
Okay.
I'm
well, the universe
pretty
hasn't
sure
ended, so
I haven't watched Ernest Flick in like 20 years.
seems
Free-
reasonable.
Some of them are
Been a
free on
couple of
YouTube.
months.
You can watch some of that
Yeah,
stuff free on
free
YouTube.
with ads.
But yeah, there's a bunch of free movies on YouTube. Some of them are actually worth watching.
Oh,
And it is back.
Alright.
Now, was it in the left or the right one?
Doesn't matter.
Now, what we should definitely not do is go crazy, start drawing more cards.
I mean, it worked out last time.
You weren't there, you don't know that.
You're still here. I imagine it worked out okay.
You don't know they drew cards.
Well, you still have the deck. What's the problem?
As far as we know, nothing's happened. Except Ryan wanting to 1v1 everything. Or is that only the next battle and that's worn off?
Or only the next battle that's worn off.
Okay.
That's worn off. Yeah.
Or I guess technically, I'm not sure that I'm going to count it as worn off if he still 1v1s the Blue Dragon if you guys run into it again.
He didn't
But-
fight the Blue Dragon, I did.
You're right, you already got involved. You ruined it. Fair
No,
point. Fair point.
He was never part of the fight.
I don't know. If we want to talk about a fight that I actually was fought, if I 1v1 this guy in the suit,
But
Yeah,
you
'cause-
ran and you lost.
Yeah, he was never part of the fight with the Blue Dragon. I was.
You're right, he wasn't that foolish.
No, Blue Dragon tried to rob us. His thief.
no, it was actually a bad move on your part. But
Should have just paid the man.
Blue Dragon, of course it tried to rob you.
Yeah, it's Blue Dragon.
anyway,
Is the thief.
so he's moving about the fragments. Do we know anything about the portals that go to the dome there?
The depths.
Yep.
You can look it up. Connects to Emerald Beach through the River of Life, the Jewel Docks through the Sea of Atlantis, and Gilmenhiem through the Fords of the Veneer.
Yep. Okay.
It's probably that Gilmenhiem one.
Oh yeah, that's where he was. So he's over there. We ended up getting the information about the no portals, so we've at least got that. I still need to collect my material component from the eye shop, and then we can finish making that tomorrow. So what is the quickest hop either to the depths or to the Aronese Mountains?
So you are...
Well,
and I'm assuming without going through Gilmenhiem?
I was like, it's 2, right?
It's two either way. It's either one of them if you go through Gilmenhiem. But avoiding Gilmenhiem...
Mm-hmm.
Also factoring in trees we have seen since then. Or is that only since he has access to the spell?
It's can see, I thought. Not
Yeah, I have seen.
has.
Has seen.
Yeah, if we can transport through plants to speed things up, that'd be good too.
We could do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think it'd fit tonight.
Yeah, he still has stuff to buy and wastes at least one of Bob's third level spells.
It's not a waste.
It's not a waste. We're
Yeah.
putting it to use.
Okay, and people kept talking over what spell is this for and what does that spell do?
Shadow and Oil. It's Warlock improved invisibility.
Yeah.
And more importantly, mind your business.
We're a team, we're sharing information. Oh, yeah. Does anyone besides me want this stick of 10 invisibilities
I'll
that
take-
recharges daily?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's
So
not non-attunement, right?
It's just boop. I could either do that or second level cure wounds.
from wine drops, you can go to the Emerald Beach, and that would then go to the depths. That's 2 to get there. From the mini Moz, which you could hop to or take an extra jump to get to, you could go through the Abdaria Desert, and then from there that connects to the Aronese Mountains. But Aronese Mountains goes through the desert, through Gilmenhiem, and through the New Fair Expanse. New Fair Expanse connects to Frostrain or
The Kneebone?
Mirage on the other end. Let's see.
Now, besides
here.
that, we
If there's
know
anywhere you've been.
besides the fact that we know that he's a bad guy, is there any other reason we're wanting to track this guy down?
He's a bad guy.
He was talking to a boss who's probably in the cult.
Yeah, he's one of the cultists.
Yes, but if his boss is in the Gilmenhiem, why don't we just go there and smash?
Because it's an entire place.
Because we know where this guy is somewhat, some of the time, versus... No, I don't actually have like that full book.
I have to.
And you can have one as well.
If you want, you can have 2.
I don't know if you're feeling hilarious. Try to crash the site and just order all of them until they won't let you print anymore.
I mean, you can go ahead and feel free. I don't think that's a thing that happens, but I mean, I won't be upset if you do.
Be awful nice.
Yeah, I mean. So, do you guys do anything else this evening, or?
Well, we got to recharge spells and wait for stuff to be done, so...
Okay. So,
You guys staying in the barracks again?
Yeah, I'll spend my evening thinking and in prayer and meditation.
so next day arrives.
I spend mine working on the book, obviously.
I did things with my time. Basically sketching
Well, a
out-
lot of yours was your boat ride.
Yeah.
That's
But-
like a 5+ hour trip
Both.
each way.
Yeah.
That's 10 hours of your day.
Mm-hmm.
So that took up a lot of your day.
Yeah. Like, while on the boat, just researching, writing down stuff of the creatures I've seen. Like, doing sketches and other things.
This is annoying. I'm gonna fix this.
Yeah. At this point, it's just a hit against
But
my
very instant. But
professional
for one of
pride.
the things you were looking for, it was a perfect way to match.
Yeah.
It's like, no, if you're trying to align the puzzle pieces, it's great.
Yes.
If you're trying to write scary books about the things people should be terrified of, then it's bad.
There's a way that we can get to, at least I think so. No, that's Dwarf Mountain, not the Aronese Mountains.
But yeah, go back to the hotel, rent another night.
Mm-hmm.
Ask if we're going places today or if it's another research and other stuff day when I call you guys in the morning.
No, we'll leave. I don't think we got anything else. Let's see. The Aronese Mountains, that one. Right.
Yeah, that's your home.
Okay.
I will just bring to mind that you did have an offer from somebody the other day
For transport?
that wasn't what you wanted,
Oh, yeah, I guess the Hermes people could get us around.
but there is a group that does travel.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go and talk to the Hermes guys and see if they'd be
Do
able
that before or after?
You pick
Eyeball.
up the eye.
I'll pick up the eyeball first.
Yeah,
I'm
you guys
gonna
go.
meet up with you guys.
Animate dead.
Yeah, so yeah, there.
Saying good?
This was what you wanted, and I put into sapphire.
As long as it's over the gold limit that I need, then
That should be quite good there. Yeah, I mean it looks good. You know, that's not going to fit in anyone's head at that point. I mean,
it's not what I need it for.
you collect like him.
We'll go with that.
This
don't
is a
have the
magic
pockets for
society. You
sapphires.
could
Is
just
this-
say magic.
Yeah.
It's for
Is
magic.
this like a new trend?
I would ramp up production for it.
Trying to collect more eyes. They're becoming fashionable.
High level warlocks all over the place.
Colored eyes. Begemmed eyes.
Hey man, maybe if he can market it, it'll become popular, and then I'll just have to pick one up from the store and not have it special made.
Yeah.
Is that one of your not spells, but the other warlock thing when you hit... Is that a 6th level spell?
Arcanum?
No,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
a fourth
okay.
level spell.
Yeah, we're about to get Arcanums.
Mm.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's
Alright,
easy enough.
so
Yeah,
have-
animate dead, and it counts as your material.
Yeah, my material for that. Alrighty. Good. Alright. So go and visit the Hermes temple again.
With us trailing along this time.
Do you try to find the same priest, or just...
There's a small orphan crying outside the shop, holding onto her bandaged face. She seems to be missing an eye.
I
Also, that would just end up with your black eye.
Yes, you would.
no, I just look for the one of the ones that I like the look of.
You find one that's less speaking to... less going out and... but more particularly, like, tending to... the iconography, making sure things are properly placed and
Okay.
basically making sure that, to your equivalent, the shrine is well maintained to the equivalency.
I greet them. I'm a returning individual. I
Welcome back.
came yesterday. I offered a relic of Hermes over for assistance, and they posted something on a board.
Oh, I did see that up front.
Oh, good.
Quite astonishing.
But while I was here yesterday, the other priest offered transportation services, and I was
Oh, yes, it's of course what we do.
I was wondering if he would, if the transportation services would be able to get us from fragment to fragment in a expedited manner.
Now, of course, the temple does have to go through the guidelines of the corporations. So what we are allowed to do would be to shift from plane between fragment to or basically from an entrance portal to an entrance portal. So we'd have to go through to be checked as needed, but beyond that, certainly.
Right.
Basically running the... Yeah, as long as we go through the checkpoints, we can...
Alright. Yeah, we were... Well, what do you guys think? Do you think we should try to pop in our friend first, or go hop-bopping more?
I mean,
Popping on
it's a
front.
new day. I could scry him again.
Yeah, we could scry him and see where he is, make sure he's in the place we last saw him in.
Morning, yeah.
Or standing next to a tree.
It's morning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. It's in the morning, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'd drop another scry.
This guy is conspicuously never near trees.
So that's a fail still?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I said,
20
I'm
is
just gonna give it to him with a 20 as an auto success.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It would still be a fail.
9.
It would still, by numbers, be a
They're
fail.
pretty good. How many scries do I need before I count as knowing him very well?
You would actually have to know him. That involves direct interaction.
Know him fairly well. He's gonna get that just by watching him like a creeper.
No.
Are you sure?
No, that's knowing of someone.
So let's do him for 10 minutes. Is he sleeping?
He is still sleeping.
He does not have a
Does he have a
full tree.
larger plant inside of his room?
No. He
Is
has
he-
luxurious silk sheets.
Is he sleeping in a tree or near a tree?
No, he's sleeping in a large, cushy bed with two women and a large bay window out to a well-lit pair of buildings through underwater.
Well, he's still underwater. Did like the sheets have any like? What are they,
Just
like,
looking
monogram?
around, monograms, like looking at the end table to see if there's little
Kinda
services for the
Where's,
hotel.
is there a matchbook?
Yeah, nothing, no detail or make a perception check.
I was like, I have whatever dark vision, so we all do. Let's see, 6.
No specific detail that identifies like a particular hotel he is in or not. You do see that at this point the wounds have completely healed as he is laying there shirtless. So
Nice. With 2 ladies. What a champ.
Theoretically correct last day for him to go out on.
He's sleeping.
Before the inevitable murder and or torture for information about his demon god.
The worst part is there are 2 children that were going to grow up without a father.
no,
What? You just had sex with 2 women. Is not possible for them to have children?
Doesn't mean they will.
I don't think you're going to follow up to know if you cause such misery to.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
Roll percentile for triplets.
Double triplets, 6 kids.
6 kids, the
Fertile
ultimate
guy.
deadbeat dad. He could have saved the species. Unfortunately, he was a dick.
So yeah, he's still snoozing
Okay.
in his room, and it's dark. You can see it.
Except you can't.
Well, I'm allowed to. In this situation, I can just let you look at the room from this one stationary position in the cauldron.
Yeah.
I thought we re-looked at it and it didn't allow you to show anyone else.
Oh,
I said you did.
Yeah, the rules
Yeah.
totally don't allow it. He's letting me.
Okay.
The rules also don't allow you to make undead eyeballs.
No,
The
the rules
been able to make an undead eyeball.
Yeah, you can see his room here. There's
I just would have had to use a 6th level spell and like a cat.
Or just...
But that wouldn't be an
corpse.
undead eyeball. That would be an undead cat. And once the eyeball is removed from an undead cat, it is no longer undead.
Well, the
So
fact
it's a
that the
live
item
eyeball
exists...
now?
The fact that the item exists means just an eyeball taken from an undead.
No.
Okay, so would we have to encase the entire cat's head in crystal? Because then its eyeball is technically in crystal.
I guess technically that would be a way you could do it in Desert. But no, there's just no way for it to happen. Obviously, there has to be a way for it to happen, so I made one.
Well, usually you're just able to buy things without people being weird about it.
Anyway,
No, he hates that. Look at all of his magic item stuff normally.
Yeah, he hates
so I
fun.
peek into the cauldron and see if I can figure out anything about the details that would lead us to figure out maybe where he is.
Nothing you can see.
DuckTales, woo woo.
You don't get to poke your head into his spell and do it. You just get a...
Well, he's in some sort of fancy place in the depths somewhere.
So, do we want to go to the depths or go meet with your patron for whatever reason first?
Well, we can do 2 things in the mountains.
What's the other thing in the mountains?
The Knoll thing, because one of the closed off areas was there.
Okay, then
And
sure, let's knock out the unlikelies first, then hunt this guy.
yeah,
So,
so we would like to go to the Aronese Mountains first.
Okay. For sake of brevity, they will go through a little negotiation Are you wanting to bargain the trade, the item for some uses of teleportation, or are you wanting to use it for? Are you still wanting to try and leave that as basically trying to luck check your having an extra fighter?
Oh, I'll just take the teleportation for now. Since that
Basically,
they didn't have anybody lined up for me.
yeah. You get basically they'll credit to you, and you can take note inventory. Basically, they'll do. Obviously, you're using one of them, but 3 uses of it. Basically, going from one of the urban center locations where they have at least some form of temple, they would have someone that can go to one of the exits from there with you and take you to any other island's entrance.
Now, out front, are there any tall trees like that are in the sidewalk?
Out front of where you're at, right here?
Oh, of this Hermes place, yes.
No, but there are some on the outskirts of the city where...
No. I did not know if they tried to keep this as more green space out here in the middle of this lake.
Not in the city part, but towards the outside on some of the more shore ends. There are certainly spots where he could get back to the city with a single...
Our temple might have a large enough plant in order to transport back to it.
But we have a plant and wine drops. That's really all.
Also,
Yeah.
I can transport us back anyways.
No,
Yeah.
that too.
What is that?
But there's too many of us by one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6.
They can just summon them.
Yeah, we can summon them back.
Oh.
They don't count as people.
I mean, they do if you try to take them with you normally.
Also, did you want a casting for your ring?
Oh, yeah. Now that we've met up and you bring that up, like, sure.
Yeah, go ahead and have a fine greater steed for your spell storing ring.
If this takes a while, I'll spend the hour while waiting for them to set up the teleport.
That doesn't take a while. It's the boat ride out to the spot to get checked.
Yeah.
You sense, like, from the guy that's coming to actually do the teleport, you sense some distaste as half of the group he's teleporting. He's like, oh, them. There's a little bitterness in that of you guys having open transportation and their temple not the transportation people not having that. They're like, you sense there's a little attitude with that.
Understandable. They are lesser. I'm not surprised they're jealous.
Do you try carrying anything you're not supposed to through?
I don't think I have anything because I turned
Okay.
I shouldn't have this anymore. I turned in the Sword
Okay.
of Darkness.
Yeah,
I
but
assume
now
you
have
give
a
anything you're
defender.
not supposed to them to be snuck there.
The Defender?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I file all the paperwork for that. That's a church relic again.
He's
I
got
don't
permits.
actually own the Defender. It's church property being loaned to me for purposes of work. It'll eventually go back to the church. I don't have that anymore. I turned it in.
But no, none of my new stuff's combat oriented, I don't
Mhm.
believe.
I guess you would just give it to them.
Yeah.
He would not be giving it to them to be snuck through. You would.
Except I never have, because I've never had anything illegal.
The ammo.
That's the point.
That-
Giving this big,
I
chunky
haven't
weapon.
Yeah, that's in your thing. I haven't ever used the ammo. I always forget I have it.
That was lawfully requisitioned.
Yeah, the fireball wand I legally obtained before campaign.
I launder my money like a professional through the church.
But yeah, so you were going to Aronese Mountains?
Yep.
Those are gray.
Did you have a particular spot? You tell them where you're trying to get near to there?
Yeah, I'll just go for whatever my home is
Yeah.
first.
So you can basically have them take you to the... Because they can take you to any of the 3 entrances to it, so you get the closest to that. And here is where we would normally insert this harrowing trek up these dangerous mountains. How do y'all get up the mountains?
With flight.
Do we fly? I'm pretty sure we fly.
To be fair, I
Skip
could
scene!
run. I could run up the mountain as long as it's not turn-based.
That's what I got. The Ironstone.
Good job, Kirimaxis. You're a bro.
Wait, are we at proficiency 5 or 6? Did I forget to...
4.
Oh, okay.
So neither of those.
At one
No,
point, flying
fine.
around, you do see hovering over one of the other, like flying around one of the other peaks like a red dragon.
Cool. Wave at it.
Far enough, it's not paying attention.
Yeah.
Are Griffins and Pegasus is the only flying in the...
There's also the other one that nobody picks.
Periton.
Yeah, the Periton.
What is that?
It's crappier than all the other options. I think it's also chaotic.
Yeah.
Oh.
The real question is, do you want faster or do you want dark vision?
Faster.
Or do you want something
Pegasus.
unique?
Wow.
Periton.
Given my knowledge of monsters and
And are
other
you
foul
only
beasts...
interested in flying? I mean, you could go like rhinoceros.
Yeah, there's
No, flying's just too useful.
there are
don't know.
non-flying options.
Can I get a nightmare?
No.
Nightmare too good?
They are not an option.
So just angry deer bird?
Yeah, that thing. Periton.
It's unique.
Is dumb.
I couldn't ride it.
Too small.
Yeah, chaotic evil.
And only a medium.
Yeah. That's for small creatures.
Your other options are direwolf, rhinoceros, saber-tooth tiger.
But yeah,
Yeah.
You just take the Pegasus.
You could have Rambi.
You just take the Pegasus.
I mean, also I'll point out there's ram and motorcycle. I mean, so if you want to think about it for a bit.
Yeah, you could pick a different
For one,
form.
you're obviously not going to use it and summon it, because yours would be one you would have to keep going with you,
Yeah.
because you're not able just to keep resummoning it.
Oh, we could just put another.
Other
one
advantage,
there.
Pegasuses are capable of understanding speech that isn't telepathically connected with their brain.
Mm-hmm. Which is
Yeah.
better for...
But yeah,
So you get to
my
your home temple,
home temple.
which looks like it was devastated, and that some level of effort was put into at least leaving it respectable at the point before it was left, and that it has gained a deal of dust in the time since.
It prestidigitation the dust away.
This like cubic foot of dust.
Yeah.
I go and get out some cleaning supplies and start cleaning.
Yeah.
It's a shrine. Now I have to clean. I'm not
It's
super
more, it's
duper
more than
happy
just a
about
simple
it.
shrine. It's a little hover. But you do notice as you go in, there are still there are a couple candles that are lit inside.
Go
You
in.
can see a couple spots where someone has tracked in and tracked out.
Go
You
in.
know the candles specifically that you have there can last for a couple weeks, but
Look around.
no one seems to be present at the current time.
Hey, Adam.
Mhm.
There wouldn't happen to be a bunch of like mops and brooms and stuff here, are there?
Not a bunch, but there are definitely cleaning supplies to
Yeah.
use.
Fantasia.
I mean, you're supposed to
Yeah.
use Unseen Servant for Fantasia, not Animate Object, but I guess it works.
I don't have Unseen Servant.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the animated broom, mops are definitely.
Mm.
I only last for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll spend some time cleaning our temple.
So why are we here?
Yeah, it's like you're the one who requested coming here for the Knolls, and you had to see your patron for something.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, you take the better part of the day getting the temple looking like it should.
Yes.
Yes. We show up, like, why are we here? And me and Ryan are just cleaning. Don't worry about it.
I help clean. Yeah.
No. Yeah, you're welcome to help.
You're able to, by evening, get the temple to a nice, respectable appearance.
Yeah. Alright. Go ahead and dash water outside. Purify the place. Shake everything down. Alright. So we got you also had the location of where that null sighting was. As part
Initially,
of it. Yeah.
yeah.
So we can go and check that out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do while you are here tonight?
Well, I'll spend some time within the actual central shrine portion of the place.
How big is the shrine? Big?
Yeah, it's fairly sizable. It's probably one of the larger ones that they have, just because it's not in a city. It's out here in the mountains, and it was largely. I mean, it's the kind of thing you can tell. Kind of like there's like the central room where it kind of started, and then work was basically through generations as different, people have kept it. They've just been out in the mountains for years at a time and decided, hey, let's make the place look nice. I've just sort of expanded and grown through what is essentially free territory.
We only have the one cleric. Hollow's only a 5th level spell. And that's a permanent effect.
Hmm?
Yeah, I don't have that.
Prepared.
It's specifically the type of spell you drop on your home base. Because it's permanent until dispelled.
What I thought would be fun would be if I
And
could...
lets you attach riders, like no extra dimensional travel here, or block these creatures from here, or do this here.
Oh, what I was kind of hoping for was if I could use my Artisan's Blessing, which is the thing that allows me to create stuff out of mostly metal, and use that to do money's worth of repair work on anything that is metal in the area. So, repairing the building and all that stuff.
Yeah, we could throw down a hollow tomorrow using some of our purple dust.
Yeah, I could do that, and we could probably do a full ceremony, too.
Yeah.
Just reminders, the spells you'd never really use because, my god, are they expensive, and also I don't have a home base because we're a bunch of murder hobos. But in this situation, we both have purple dust and a home base. Or you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, hollow. Definitely that spell that some high-level cleric casts at all the temples.
Yeah. You go into the main temple?
Yeah. Sit outside of the vessel for the central shrine, and I'll spend time in
That's it.
prayer and try to get in contact with my patron, and also pray to the heavenly kami while I'm at it.
All hail the bureaucracy. Oh, wait, yeah, Japanese. I don't know what the Japanese have.
Make a persuasion check. You have advantage.
Alright. $18. That's pretty good. So I get 28.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was before. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was just my dice roll.
So, a huge celestial horse of gold
Eat.
manifests from the setting sun. Right as your eyes catch it, and that glare that it gives is from that point that it comes. It, flies through from there and touches down once it reaches the temple grounds. Walks the rest of the way to you. And in your mind you hear it speaking. You've done and seen much.
Yes.
Much still is there to do.
Well, at least one last thing. But we've at least narrowed down to where the Demon Lord is residing, and we'll soon go to meet him. And we
You
have...
were quite brave to do so. It is the right thing to do, though.
It's what I've planned to do.
Of course. And you call on me.
Yes.
What aid would you ask?
Whatever strength you can lend me.
You've the strength I have already, and I think you know that.
Can I have another one of me? You are you. You're the one I got and sent out to do this. I didn't have the extra one.
You're not.
Yes, I am.
But,
You're inside.
Okay.
And more importantly, you're not part of the conversation.
That
It's
all
always
good.
that.
yeah. Well, then steal my determination for I'll go heaven or hell.
I trust you.
And whatever comes, may it fall in my favor.
May the odds always be in your favor.
May the odds ever
Perhaps some of you from the inside do see a brighter sunset than normal through some of the open windows.
Has it been 7 days since I learned Dwarven?
Is that important for a reason?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
I thought it was 10.
Well, seeing how it says 7 days,
Okay.
You will die in 7 days.
Do you ask anything else of it?
is that a yes, a no?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
That is, I'm in the middle of a conversation and kind of confused by the way it's going.
You were?
What were you expecting?
To have a specific request for your god
Yeah.
that came out here?
Oh,
I wanted more power. You have all of my power. Well,
I
shit.
mean, you knew that.
yeah.
Could I have second soul binding?
Can you enchant my sword more?
No, that's not it.
Could I refinance my soul for a second mortgage?
Oh, good.
Oh.
You called. We've been trying to get a hold of you about your extended warranty.
One of the things that I know of the Demon Lord's designs is that he's looking to use the deck of Hades in order to control fate, and it's looking to prevent his defeat this time, I suppose. So, if he's looking to stalwart himself against defeat, or at least having his plans not fully completed by divine sources, what could be done to circumvent his agenda there?
Stop him before the card that's on its way to him arrives.
I have the deck with me at the moment. I don't know. Is there anything that you can do with it?
Not with the deck that is beyond my range. But others have drawn cards from that.
And, well, it left and came back after some time. So, well, the other things that we were currently in the process of looking to do is to take out one of his followers that we have tabs on and possibly get in contact with the Azir or the Veneer to see if they would be willing to send people to help fight him as well.
That may take too long.
So, would you say that we just go straight away?
You may need to.
Hmm.
I know there is no greater foe, no grander foe to be struck down.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say or ask?
No, not unless he's got advice that he's offering.
Go now. Stop collecting armies. So tomorrow we're going to try to collect a null army.
Were you doing anything else? Because you've had basically a whole day since.
I wait for like dinner before, and I'm going to drop another scry,
Mm-hmm.
and then I do it.
Sure.
Scry him again.
Now you're gonna bother with the roll this time.
Make a luck check.
I was like, it might be the time where he makes it. You never know. 7. With my +0. Unless that was a luck save. In which case it'd be higher.
You find him back. Find him now running through this open, sort of grassy part of the plain.
Shockingly, no trees.
Yes, there aren't many trees here. That's not.
It's
You
like
see
just-
him passing by, a crimson worm and another violet. Just corpses rotting and being picked apart by ravens. Looking up in the sky. Till that shadowy figure through the mist is visible. I've gotten word. One of the Urnkeepers, they've got it. It's on the way.
Well, apparently he's got a thing and it's coming to him. And he's
And
pretty excited about it.
if you would like to roll cryptocurrency, you can.
10.
I got a 1.
Join us next time. Thank you for watching.